We really are in a battle of truth against untruth, and I think it's going to require effort both on the part of media companies to educate better, but also on the part of consumers to educate themselves better and to learn to look at things with a skeptical eye.
I think the climate we're operating under isn't that some of us are being taken in by fake news stories. I think it's that we fundamentally disagree about what truth is. So the people that are consuming what I might consider to be fake news, for them that is true news.
We didn't call it fake news before. We just called it misinformation, or we called it, propaganda, we called it whatever.
The fact that there's so much fakery going on is a real challenge. It's even a challenge for journalists. It's hard for us to figure out what's real and what's not real anymore. There is sophistication, the technology. It is easy to fake it. It is easy to lie. It is easy to successfully lie. And so that's a great challenge of our age. There's always been liars, but now there's liars with very sophisticated web techniques that allow it to be virtually indecipherable from CNN or the New York Times or the Toronto Star or the Globe and Mail. So how do you figure that out? It takes great care, and I don't know that we've answered that question yet.
I think the biggest obstacle to reporting truth is just the debate that ensues from pretty much everything that goes up online now. You brace yourself for it, you participate in it, it can really slow you down, it can really cloud just the actual reporting.
We take great pains and spend a great deal of time and effort to ensure that what we put in the newspaper for you to read is the closest version to the truth that is humanly possible to access. That's what we do.
The Walrus is small, we are a nonprofit. We can't afford to be taken down. So our best defense is to really, really vet everything before it goes.
Just like when you go to the grocery store, right? You check the fruits and vegetables and make sure that they're not rotten and you get what you want. But you have to be the same way in being a good consumer of news to figure out what's a reliable news site. Will they report on everybody equally?
There's a lot of research about how people are sort of retreating into their own ideological bubbles and only talking to people like themselves. So if an error sort of enters into that realm, it becomes an echo chamber, and the error gets repeated and gets bigger and bigger. And it's a very hard challenge for the typical consumer, because if you're scrolling through Facebook, how do you know what is reputable, what is not? It requires sort of like a higher level of media literacy than has maybe been required in the past.
If you are concerned about what's happening in the world around you, you need to be able to go to places that can give you an accurate accounting of what's going on.
Read around a lot. Make sure to try to read things outside of your bubble in order to challenge your own preconceptions and assumptions.
As journalists, I think all we can do is tell the truth. Work hard, figure out what's real and what's not, and be open and transparent about how we do it.